I'm here with a general message. This will just be a message for those of you who were attracted to this video based on the title, and I will also be tagging any relevant zodiac signs in the description, but this is not a zodiac specific reading. So if you came to this video, you clicked on the video because of the title, and there might be something in here for you. All right, I'll be doing a main spread, and I'll be pulling some oracle cards as well. I'm just going to jump right into it. I feel so ready. Like, I feel like I just want to get to the reading. I've been preparing for a little bit now, and I'm just like, let's do it. Bottom of the deck, 9 of Wands, Wounded Warrior there. Let's see if that comes back up for me. All right, Page of Cups, the Tower. Ooh. Dropping cards. Next card out is the Moon, and then the Page of Swords, the Queen of Wands, the Three of Swords, the Five of Swords, the Queen of Swords, and the King of Cups. Overall energy, 7 of Wands. In the video I made yesterday, like this is the first time I'm doing this setup, I kept holding the cards up backwards because I got confused. So yeah, hopefully I don't do that today. Anyway, let's clarify the 7 of Wands. 3 of Pentacles, the Death card. Oh, the Lovers was under the 3 of Pentacles. So the Lovers, the Death card, 3 of Pentacles, Ace of Swords. There's an energy of persistence with the 7 of Wands being the overall energy, and the hidden energy being, I don't know how to hold these. I don't know if I'm holding them upside down. I don't know what I'm doing. The Star is the hidden energy. I'm going to figure it out at some point. I feel like somebody's thinking clearly. You're showing up here as the Queen of Wands, which is fire sign feminine energy. That's Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Something may have come to light recently that created some sort of separation where you had to think logically about how you were going to move forward. It looks like there is a partnership or some sort of collaboration, some sort of team you're on, or even your work environment that is going through some changes. It looks like there's a major transformation happening. Now, when I see the Lovers card, a lot of people like to assume that that is about romantic relationships, and it's called the Lovers. Obviously, it lends itself to a romantic relationship, but here in this context, I feel like it's more about finding internal balance between the masculine and the feminine within you, and we all have both energies. Some are more dominant femme, some are more dominant masculine. It doesn't really matter, but it's about those energies being in balance for you. Now, does that mean 50-50? No, it doesn't mean that. It just means whatever balance means for you, right? With this Queen of Wands coming up as the central energy, the Queen of Wands is a character who is somebody who's very independent. For a feminine energy, this is the most independent feminine energy. This is somebody who knows what they want and they go after it. They're attractive, they're magnetic, they're charismatic, they have a lot of things going for them, they attract a lot of people, and they are naturally, what do I want to say? Like natural born leaders, but they don't have to always take charge. These are people who can be in the front or the back, working as a team, as a leader or as a teammate, whatever. There's something about versatility that's really coming through, like someone's ability to play all roles, somebody's ability to be all things. I am probably, I would say, infatuated with the goddess Isis, and probably it's way deeper than that. I have a lot of love and respect for the goddess Isis, and I have what I call the goddess power. It's not goddess power oracle deck. It's called the Isis oracle. This is like my Bible. Okay, there is a card in here that talks about the goddess of 10,000 names, and that is something that's really coming up for me right now. Something about being able to play all roles and being more than one thing. So I think Spirit is asking you to consider that you are more than one thing. You're not chained to any identity, whether you see yourself as a teacher, as a leader, as a mother, as a father, as a whatever. You're not confined to those roles. You may still serve in that way, but that is not like necessarily the like the I don't know, the essence of your purpose. These are just ways in which you give back to the people around you, or the ways in which you show up in the world. But you are so much bigger than any title, than any name, than any characteristic that you might have. You have like a vast spirit, like a vast, I don't know, resource or something. It's like a spiritual tank or a spiritual pool. Like I don't know if this is making sense for everybody, but this is what's coming up for me. There's like there's a lot of spiritual energy for you to draw from. That might be significant for some of you guys. I'm not really sure. But back to what we are talking about. Something this tower moment came up in yesterday's reading. Or yeah, yesterday's reading. The tower came up, and it was talking about how things that were built on faulty foundations are being destroyed. Now that's what the tower means all the time. But the tower in this context means that there's something, especially with the Page of Cups coming out, there's something that might be explained to you in a way that will soften the blow, or like that will make it seem, I don't know, less harsh than it actually is. It's like somebody is sugarcoating something. But I feel like if you investigate it further, if you got more curious, if you asked more questions, then you would come to understand that there is someone around you, I don't know, telling you something nice, or telling you or trying to explain something in a way that it doesn't seem harmful, but then you find out what it actually is, and it completely changes your perspective or your perception of this person. Can you actually trust this person? Right? What are their intentions? What are their motivations? There are things that are hidden. There are things that you can't see, things that you don't know, and things that will only be revealed to you if you choose to investigate. But kind of what I'm seeing here is like you're just letting things be what they are. It's like you already understand that whatever this information is, or whatever this explanation is that's coming to, like, I don't know, help you understand what's going on around you, is not really a total explanation or a complete explanation. It doesn't totally make sense to you. And I think for me, what I'm seeing is like, it's this idea of just accepting that you're never going to get the full story, or you're never going to know truly and totally what's going on. Or even if you do get the full story and it's just delivered in a way that's like acceptable to you, there still might be an element of not feeling like you've been told everything, right? Because we have the Five of Swords here, and when it's connected to the moon through the Queen of Wands, you're at the center of this. This has something to do with you personally. So whatever this is, whatever someone is trying to explain to you in a way that like maybe doesn't hurt your feelings or doesn't cause an argument or something like that, I feel like there is going to come a time where you feel like you have to confront the situation and get more clarity on it. I see this Queen of Swords talking to this King of Cups. Now this, I feel like kings and queens represent people. They don't have to match the gender, because it's not about the gender. It's just about the energy, how somebody's showing up, right? Because you could be in a masculine body showing up as this Queen of Wands. It's just about the energy that's coming through, right? So we have two queens here. Sometimes it can be a reflection of the same person, and sometimes it's a different person on someone else's behalf, especially when it's like showing up like this. So I feel like this Queen of Swords, if this is not you, or if it's not this Queen of Wands, it's a person who's like operating on this Queen of Wands behalf. Like I said, it could be you, but it could be someone separate from you who is talking to this King of Cups energy that seems to be connected to this explanation, connected to this energy, connected to the things that are unseen or unknown. You could be in a relationship with either of these people, but there's a confrontation that is happening here. There's a confrontation happening because someone feels like they have to get their lick back in a way. I don't really understand what that means. It's almost like if you chose, okay, let's say for example, somebody told you something that wasn't 100% true, and they told you in a way to maybe like soften the blow, or so it didn't blow up in their face, and then you find out later that there was more to the story. Now you have like this energy of like wanting to get your lick back, or wanting a full explanation, or wanting to confront this person and, you know, call them all types of names. The Queen of Swords is known for being incredibly harsh. The Queen of Swords is known for saying things that will cut you to the bone. But she's also known for being incredibly blunt, incredibly upfront, incredibly honest with the people around you, or with the people around her, right? Because she doesn't have time to play games. So I feel like if this is you stepping into this more Queen of Swords energy, it's because whatever whatever revelation is happening or unfolding or coming to light, whatever's coming to light for you in this specific situation, whatever this situation is, I feel like you are going to get pretty angry about it. It's going to be pretty upsetting. And it's going to make you feel as if you've been played, you've been taken advantage of, somebody's been lying to you, somebody's been doing things behind your back. I also feel like people are talking about the situation behind your back, or people are talking about the situation behind this Queen of Swords back. If this is a separate energy, right? If this Queen of Swords represents somebody who is outside of you, somebody, like, let's say, for example, your best friend, okay? If your best friend is going up to this King of Cups energy and like, what's going on? What are you doing? Blah, blah, blah. Then there are people talking about your best friend behind their back about why are they getting involved? Why do they want to know what's going on? Like, why are they speaking up? Because there is this sense of needing to step into that role of like, I don't know, standing your ground in a way. I just feel like you feel like you know enough. And that's really kind of why I feel like this is a separate energy, because I feel like you feel like you know enough about the situation. Like your mind has already been blown so many times by this person, this situation, this relationship, whatever the case may be, right? And then this other person is stepping in and now they're getting shit for like taking up for you or wanting to stick up for you or wanting to have your back. And I don't feel like you're stopping them. I feel like you're letting them go full force if this is a separate person. And I just kind of feel like it is because it just feels like, or this is just a totally different version of you emerging, right? So let's say you find out this extra information. Now you're enraged. Now you're saying things and putting yourself in a position, I don't know, I wouldn't say to be regretful or to be remorseful, but you're definitely being intentionally hurtful. This Queen of Swords is being intentionally hurtful. This definitely looks like a social situation to me. It could be a professional situation, but like with very specific coworkers or something like that. It looks very specific to me. But we do have the Star at the bottom of the deck, which is promising energy on top of the Ten of Wands. So when I see the Ten of Wands, this is talking about taking responsibility. It's talking about ending a cycle. It's talking about taking on the burden of whatever comes your way and like persevering until you actually finish the job. It could be you're depleted, you're exhausted, you're finally ready for this cycle to be over, right? And then we have the Star. So wish fulfillment is coming in the form that I feel is healing, okay? So not only do we have the Star here talking about how good changes are coming into your life, wish fulfillment potentially coming into your life as this hidden energy, we have the Seven of Wands here as the overall energy. The Seven of Wands is talking about an investment of your spirit, an investment of your energy, an investment of something like putting your time, effort, and energy into something that you know is not going to pay off right away. It's like continuing the path that you're already on. And that kind of ties back into what I was saying. It's like whatever is being revealed to you, I think you've already made your decision. I think this revelation has already happened or will happen very, very soon, okay? I'll say within 3 days, because we have the Three of Swords, we have the Five of Swords, we even have the Ace of Swords. So anywhere from the time you view this video, 5 days out, you're going to be experiencing this, or even 5 days before you watch this reading, you're going to be experiencing this Tower moment, whatever this is. And I feel like you've already made a decision about what way you want to go, like how you want to move forward. And this information isn't necessarily changing anything for you, but it's definitely changing something for this Queen of Swords if that is not you. Now, if this is you, like I said, it's going to be like Jekyll and Hyde type energy. Like you're going to start off cool, confident, collected, right? You're going to hear this person out, or you're going to hear about the side of the situation that you feel like you don't have all the details about. And it's going to be shocking. It's going to be surprising, but it's not going to be something that you want to like, flip a table over. And then you're going to hear the rest of it. And you're going to want to flip that table. I'm just saying. So please try and keep your impulses under control. Try not to react emotionally. And it doesn't look, this is an emotional reaction. It looks like someone is being intentionally hurtful to get an emotional response from someone else, particularly this King of Cups. Now, this King of Cups could be involved with both of these people. Does it have to be romantic? Doesn't have to be. It doesn't even have to be social. It could be professional. In some way, this King of Cups is tied to both of these feminine energies if the Queen of Swords is not a reflection of this King of Cups. Now, what could have happened is that if you were in a situation like, let's say, I don't know, you decided that maybe you were too angry to speak to this King of Cups, or maybe you were too upset to have a conversation with this King of Cups. This Queen of Swords is going to come in on your behalf, or already has, to kind of sort things out if that is not you. Now, I'm going to pull some cards from this Seasons of the Witch, maybe an Oracle deck. I love this deck. It's like a big sister deck. Like, and what I mean by that is like the voice is very big sistery. I don't know if I come across as a big sister or a mom. I really have no idea. But I do feel like this deck is the most brutal deck I have ever had. Some of the messages are very soft and very sweet and very kind. And some of the messages are like, what the hell are you doing? You need to get yourself together. So I'm going to pull a few cards from this deck and see if I can get any more insight about what's going on before I clarify. Because, yeah, we already got a lot going on. There were already a lot of messages in this. And I just want to point out how many swords are on the spread. So there's a lot of mental energy. There's not a lot of emotion. We got Tea Magic, we got Toad, we got St. John's Wort, and Marigold, okay? And at the bottom of the deck, we have Grieving. Grieving. Oh, this card is brutal. This card is, I think that's upside down. Look at this card, you guys. This girl is all like bones and flowers, okay? She's so empty. She's nothing, like she has nothing left but a skeleton. I don't have all of these cards memorized, right? Because this is a fairly new deck, and I haven't really even interacted with all of these cards. So what I will do is, these other cards I'm familiar with, but I will read for Tea Magic, which is number 38, which is what, 11, and goes down to 2. So it says, reach into your subconscious, pull from the source, and weave magic with intention, and the answers will unfold. Okay, so let me read that right out of the book, if you guys don't mind, because I'm not super familiar with that card. Oh, it's number 38, not page 38. All right. Okay, your higher self chose this card because the answers you're seeking have been right in front of you for some time, but you've chosen not to see them. Tea Magic will visit you when there is a hard truth that needs to be heard, and you're experiencing some form of denial. You may even be doing it unintentionally as your ego's way of protecting you from something that may be hurtful or difficult to understand. Tea Magic is a spiritual intervention telling you that while it may be hard, it's time to rip the Band-Aid off and face the truth of your situation. Take time to think about where illumination needs to occur. What have you been avoiding in your life? Know that ignoring it may only be making your situation worse, and if you don't take action now, you could be facing significant consequences. Fortunately, this card means there is time to turn your circumstances around. Your situation will still be challenging, but deep down, you already know what to do to overcome this obstacle. Before you can face the monster, you need to acknowledge that it's real. So maybe, right? Maybe you did have this moment where you had this conversation or you had this interaction with somebody and you thought it was sorted out because it sounded good enough to you at the time to let whatever the issue was go. And as you allow your discernment to fully develop, as you go back and think about all the times in which maybe you ignored your intuition in this particular situation, I think that's where the anger is going to come from. So like I said, there's two sides of this feminine energy represented at the center as this Queen of Wands. And as you get more information, right? The Tea Magic says you've been ignoring something that's been right in front of your face. So if you investigate a little bit, if you get a little bit more information, then there's something that's going to take you out of that state of denial. And maybe it is a conversation with this King of Cups, even though you feel like this person may not be totally honest with you or totally truthful with you. I think you already know, like intuitively, what you need to do or what the situation is, like Tea Magic said. And I mean, it's not really that different from anything that I've already said. But St. John's Wort and Marigold is about protecting yourself energetically, protecting yourself spiritually. So I'm going to just say this, and I don't want to scare anybody because you don't need to be scared. Obviously, fear creates more of the same. There's no getting out of that. So if you worry about it, if you get anxious about it, it's just going to make it worse. What you need to do is accept that at this point in your life right now, if you've made it to this point in the reading, you need to figure out some way to do some sort of energetic cleanse I actually, from the Isis Oracle, I do this exercise called the Pyramid of Light, which I find incredibly helpful. Like after I do it, it takes 10 minutes. After I do it, I feel lighter, I feel better, I feel freer. So yeah, look, I'm gonna show this again because I really want you guys to like look into this. Sorry, that was my speaker. Isis Oracle by Alana Fairchild, my favorite oracle deck in the entire world. I love it so much. It's like my Bible, seriously. And like the Pyramid of Light exercise is so good. But you can find any kind of exercise. I listen to energetic clearing music on YouTube. Just type in clear negative energy, and the one I listen to is like this black flower with like amber sparkles coming off of it by Meditative Mind. Meditative Mind is one of my favorite frequency channels. I love it, love it, love it. So I would recommend burning some sage, burning some incense, saying your prayers, asking your, ancestors, your spirit team for protection right now, or to enhance the protection that you already have. But I also want you to know that you are protected. This is just taking an extra step to make sure that your energy is clear, right? And that nobody who is like, attempting to make you a target or something is going to succeed. So we all have to take precautions energetically, spiritually, mentally, emotionally. We all have to protect ourselves in certain ways, and Spirit is calling on you right now to enforce your spiritual protection, your energetic protection, whether that's through enforcing boundaries or actually doing some sort of ritual or practice or sage burning or whatever the case may be. Then we have Toad. Okay, so it says observe. For those who watch, see all. This kind of reinforces the tea magic message, and I'm familiar with the Toad message because it's like you're looking over details that could help you, or you're looking in the wrong direction. It's like when you're trying to manifest something and it comes to you in the form that you didn't expect, so you disregard it, right? And you don't even think about it because you are, like, if you're trying to manifest, I'm not using this literally, but if you're trying to manifest like a red car, right? This beautiful red car, and then you see a red, Honda Civic pull up, and then somebody goes, "This is for you," and you're like, "Nah, I'm okay. I don't want to drive a red Honda Civic. Like I was hoping for like a Lambo or something." You know what I mean? So you disregard it as opposed to like accepting the gift or the manifestation or the blessing or something. Now that's not necessarily what this is talking about. I just wanted to give you guys an example of like, when you're looking so hard for something, you're missing what's actually there. So if you are going to conduct any kind of investigation on whatever situation you're in, I would say don't go into it with any fixed ideas. If there are conversations you need to have, if there are things that you need to sort out, don't go into it with any fixed idea whatsoever, because that's going to change the way that you even approach the conversation or approach the situation, because you're already expecting something. So it's like confirmation bias. It's like if you believe something hard enough, you're going to look for it in the world, right? So you're going to be looking for all the signs that confirm what you already think you know, when Spirit is saying you don't really know the full story. And that's what I've been saying this entire reading. It's like you don't know the full story. The full story is devastating. That's what this looks like. And I'm like I said, I'm not trying to scare you. There's no reason to be afraid. Change happens, things happen. Towers are inevitable in everybody's life. But there is something that you have been either, just not wanting to see because you wanted to keep things light or superficial in a way that is going to make itself very much known to you. So it's almost like not dropping right on your lap, but it could. But if you aren't open to seeing it, you're gonna miss it. Then we have, like I said, grieving. Let's talk about that for a little bit. Grieving talks about saying goodbye and acknowledging that even if whether something was healthy for you or unhealthy for you, whether something brought a lot of joy into your life or brought you a lot of misery, it doesn't even matter. Once it leaves your life, if you had any kind of emotional attachment or connection to it, you have to take the time to grieve that loss, to say goodbye to what was. And you might even be saying this, you might even be in denial about how much something is actually hurting you. And then once it sinks in, once you have time to process it, you're just going to go off. Like that's what this looks like to me, is because maybe, I do this thing personally where I tend to I'll go numb, like just not numbing myself with anything else. I'll just go numb to protect my feelings from difficult situations. And then once I had time to process, I'll get angry again. I'll get angry like I should have been in the moment. And so that's what this seems like. It seems like some sort of if this is you as both the Queen of Wands and the Queen of Swords, then it's almost like a delayed reaction to something as you get more information, but it's not something that you didn't already know. Like, it's like your mind has already been blown. It's not like it was put back together and then blown again. Your mind has already been blown. You've already had the revelation. You've already been illuminated. You've already been shown what you need to see, or you will be very, very, very soon. And Spirit is saying, do not deny it. Okay, don't look at it and say that's not what it is, right? And then don't look at it and say, well, that's not what I was looking for, so I'm just going to move on to the next thing. Accept things for what they are, whatever the situation, however it's going to unfold, accept it for what it is. Okay, I'm going to clarify a little bit. Let's clarify this Queen of Wands, the Judgment card, and the Three of Cups, and the Eight of Swords, with the Strength card, with the Knight of Wands at the bottom of the deck. This is really interesting to me because it looks like you're making some sort of decision concerning a friendship, a social situation, or a possible romantic reconciliation. I do feel like there's a part of you that feels like you are somehow bound to this situation, as if you can't get out of it. Like, look at this Eight of Swords. This is somebody who is tied up, blindfolded, and surrounded by swords. And I think they do that in an effort to protect themselves. This card is not always about, being bound by someone else. This card is speaking to me personally now, like specifically now, about binding yourself, about closing your own eyes and pretending like you don't have any feelings, or you don't. It's like intellectualizing your feelings. It's like, you know that this situation would make you sad, so you go, oh, well, I guess I feel kind of sad, as opposed to actually feeling that sadness. It's like it's like using your mind or your mental capacity to bypass your emotions, which is not healthy for anybody, okay? Because Judgment is calling you for you to make some sort of decision, some sort of final decision, whether to let something go or to reconcile with someone or something or some situation, to it's calling you to choose. So if the choice is yours, if the choice is in your hands, wouldn't you rather make a choice having acknowledged all the information that you need to make that choice, as opposed to having all the information and then sitting a little bit aside, sitting out the uncomfortable parts, or the parts that hurt your feelings, or the parts that you don't like, right? So we need all of the information to make an informed choice. Whether you feel like you're going to get it from this person or situation or not, you need to inform yourself with your emotions. Now, feelings are not facts, okay? So just because you feel a way, right? You could feel like somebody's cheating on you. You could feel like somebody's lying to you. You could feel like somebody's sneaking around behind your back, but you don't know those things until you know them, right? Unless you like get confirmation or something about it. So it's almost like using the benefit of the doubt to keep you in a situation that you're not necessarily comfortable in, but you also don't know how to get out of. Okay, we also have the Knight of Wands at the bottom of the deck. This is someone who really wants to be free. This is somebody who really prioritizes their independence, their freedom, their ability to come and go as they please, their ability to pursue the things that bring them joy or some sense of fulfillment of a desire, right? This is somebody who cannot be caged in or fenced in. So you might be attempting to regain your independence, but feel bound to a situation simply because, I don't know, I'm not really sure. Let's see the Three of Swords. We got the Knight of Cups. We got the Two of Swords and the Page of Wands. So there might be someone coming towards you to, I don't know, make amends or to make things nice or something in some capacity. The Knight of Cups is like the friendship card, and it can also talk about romantic interest. But you're not interested. You're not interested in that right now. You're interested in taking some sort of, I don't know, side journey or some little, what do they call it? Taking the scenic route. You're not interested in that right now. Your heart is pretty closed because you are experiencing a lot of pain. Once again, that kind of idea of being numbness, the idea of being numb or engaging, like, or I don't know, allowing yourself to succumb to the numbness is present in this Two of Swords card as well, because you can see her arms are crossed across her heart, right? Which means that she's not letting anything inside there. But also it can mean that you don't want your emotions to influence your decisions. So let's say you have an emotional connection to whatever this is that is hurting you or has hurt you. It's like you aren't feeding into that emotional connection anymore. You're allowing yourself to be more logical and more strategic, with the way that you're going to move forward. Page of Wands is just somebody who is excited about life. It's somebody who wants that lightness and that free energy back. This is somebody who just, I don't know, wants the opportunity to explore. Somebody who, and once again, it's just that thing about wanting to be free, not wanting to be bound to something. Let's clarify this King of Cups. We got the Five of Pentacles and the Ten of Swords. So if this situation involves this King of Cups, a masculine water sign, Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces, they don't have to be those signs. This is just how they're showing up in the reading. With the Nine of Cups at the bottom of the deck. This is showing up as an ending, as a very, very painful ending where someone will leave the situation feeling abandoned, or someone left you in a situation feeling abandoned, feeling lost, feeling confused, feeling like you don't have any resources or there's no way you can reach out because they were doing what they wanted to do, right? The Nine of Cups is an energy of personal self-satisfaction, doing what you want to do when you want to do it, tasting all the flavors of the world, engaging in pleasures and things that bring you emotional fulfillment, right? This card is a card of emotional fulfillment as well as wish fulfillment. So somebody might feel as if they have to disconnect themselves or detach themselves from a situation, and that detachment will be painful. Once again, we're highlighting that grieving card as we have the Ten of Swords, or somebody could be feeling betrayed, abandoned, or left out or let down by someone else, and that is what encouraged this whole situation to even like take place. That might be the catalyst for why this King of Cups energy is not telling the whole truth, because they are devastated or feeling upset about something else that happened outside of the situation or the relationship. But it doesn't have to be that, because this is the outcome energy, right? Somebody's going to be in their feelings, and somebody is going to feel, I don't know, betrayed and abandoned by whatever this ending is, or however this ends, or whatever this Queen of Swords has to say. So let's clarify this Queen of Swords. We got the, oh, that's enough. We got the Ace of Pentacles, the Ten of Wands, and the Star. Somebody is like fed up. Okay, this is that fed up kind of energy. If like, let's say you have like kind of a very active mom, okay, in your life, and you tell your mom all of your business, and they tend to involve themselves. This is that kind of energy of someone involving themselves. Like, once again, if this Queen of Swords is not the Queen of Wands energy, if this is a separate energy, this is somebody who is getting involved. This is somebody who is taking responsibility for the situation, and they're gonna go gather up this King of Cups and tell them off and hurt their feelings and break their heart and let them know. Like, it's like when the boy, you know, like in like, I don't know, high school rom-coms, the boy does something wrong and he'll come to the house and the mom will be like, she's not here. That's what this energy is. It's like the King of Cups comes to the Queen of Wands house to explain, like, here's what's going on, and this Queen of Swords is like, nah, like, she's not here right now, and she doesn't want to talk to you. So that's kind of what this is, because I feel like this Queen of Swords, whether it's you or not you, is an energy that wants the best for themselves and for the people around them, and is pursuing that and wanting this person, wanting this Queen of Wands to open up a new chapter, to start something new, to do something new. I'm not sure. Now, this Queen of Swords could be offering something to this King of Cups, offering a new beginning to this King of Cups. That might also play a role here. That might, like I said, this King of Cups could be involved with both of these queens, right? It doesn't have to be like a straightforward situation. It's going to be different for everybody who resonates with this, if anybody even watched this video. But I just feel like this Queen of Swords might be either fighting for the new beginning for this Queen of Wands, right? Whether it's the same person or not, or they're offering something to this King of Cups because they see that there's an opportunity there, right? Because they might be heartbroken for something else, and now there's this opportunity to capitalize on that. That could also be a separate thing, okay? I'm not 100% sure, but with the Two of Cups being at the bottom of the deck, this Queen of Swords might be offering an opportunity to heal to this King of Cups, right? Because this King of Cups is already feeling, or is already going to feel disappointed, let down, betrayed, hurt, abandoned, and all of these other things. It's like this Queen of Swords might be coming in to, I don't know, either present this new opportunity as far as the Queen of Wands is concerned, right? And here's how it's going to be. Here are my boundaries. Here are my standards. Or it's basically saying like, look, I'm done with this. I want something totally new, and the Queen of Wands is done with this, so we're going to let this go. I'm going to clarify the Five of Swords, and then I'll let you guys go. I don't know how long this video has been going. For Wheel of Fortune, Four of Wands. This is too many, but it's the Six of Pentacles, Nine of Cups, and the Two of Wands. So with that, and the Emperor at the bottom of the deck, look at that. Okay, so there's something that was, I don't know, creating some sort of discord. And now with the Four of Wands, this is a card of community, harmony, home. A lot of people associate this card with a wedding, 1111, twin flames, all that kind of stuff. So if this is a romantic thing, right, you could have maybe felt like this person was the person that you were going to marry, that this was the person that you were going to establish a home with. If it's not a romantic thing, then you could have invested significantly in this situation simply because you were hoping that it would like end in your stability, or end in you being, or end with you being more stable than you started with. I think that you were hoping for joy, and I think that someone in this situation, right, capitalized on that. They took advantage of that. They maybe knew what your desires were at the time and took advantage of that. Like it's like being offered a job that pays a lot of money because they know that you're interested in, you know, being compensated well, but they don't encourage like a work-life balance. So yeah, they might offer you, you know, 10 grand, 20 grand, 30 grand more a year than the other place, but they are going to expect you to work like a dog. And they were not going to tell you that up front. They're going to expect you to do overtime and work through your lunch breaks and like completely destroy any work-life balance that you've worked to maintain or achieve. It's like that kind of energy. It's like somebody offering you something because they knew what your desires were at the time, and then finding a way to take advantage of that and exploit that desire, any desire you have, right? Because they say wanting is the root of suffering, or desire is the root of suffering, or something like that. And that's not totally untrue. If you didn't want anything, you would never be disappointed. But that's not the point of life. The point of life is not to go through it not wanting anything, or not expecting anything, or not desiring anything, right? That's not the point of life, or else we wouldn't have desires. But it's like someone using against you what maybe your dream is, or your dream was, and you were just hoping that it would work out. And maybe you always knew that it wouldn't. Maybe that's what T Magic is saying. Maybe T Magic is saying, look, maybe you made a bad investment, and maybe it's time to change the way in which you interact with this thing. Now, whether that means cutting it off, establishing stronger boundaries, shutting down the emotional attachment that you have to this situation, maybe taking it a little bit less personally. With the Emperor at the bottom of the deck, Queen of Pentacles right under that, it's time for you to focus on your sense of stability and security. Nurture that which you want to see grow. Eliminate all the distractions. Eliminate your expectations of what you think might happen or how you think things might go wrong, and allow it to unfold, because it's going to be painful enough on its own, whatever this is, without you adding any kind of preconceived notions or any made-up stories. Get as much information as you can, investigate, ask questions. But whenever you feel like you're at a point where you can make an informed decision, make that choice. But don't ever feel bound to anything or anyone simply because that's what the circumstances of your life currently are. Don't be a victim to your circumstances. You can change anything you want to change. You can transform any situation and allow that to work in your favor, but it's going to be uncomfortable sometimes, and this looks quite uncomfortable. So, you know, I'm wishing you luck, and I'm sending you lots and lots of love, and I hope that this was helpful or enlightening in some way. Like, share, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I will see you guys next time.